I literally just like cried my eyes out. I have learned so much in the past 4 days of Vlogmas. I still have 13 more days to go, which I'm still excited for. I love putting in the work though. Like I do. I really love putting in the work. But oh my gosh, like going to bed at 4. I am exporting day 6's vlog for the 6th time now. Literally the past 48 hours has been me crashing out, screaming, crying, mentally throwing up. And it just makes sense. Video that I put out last night is my #1 performing video of the week. Every small win is still a win. I am heating up some of my leftover chocolate chip banana bread. It's giving all-nighter. Every single video that I have put out, I have loved better than the last one that was released. I'm like, oh, I like this one better. Oh, this is getting better. So it's like I'm only seeing it in growth perspective now. My brain can't work anymore. I crashed out. I cried. Vlogmas was so fun, yet so reflective. Good evening, lovelies, and welcome back to Teely Approved. Today is a very special vlog because it is the final day of Vlogmas. And yes, I am on a plane while I am recording this vlog. Let's deep dive into the lessons that I fully learned in this Vlogmas series. This is a channel where we always self-reflect and there's always room to grow. Before we begin, there are 3 pieces of context that you need to know. Number 1, these are all from my own perspective and unique to my own experience. Number 2, these lessons learned are specific from the Vlogmas 2025 experience. Number 3, this was my very first time doing Vlogmas, so some of them may seem straightforward, some of them might not. It's the first time in a long time that I've put out content on a consistent basis. Lesson number 1, time management. This was ultimately the most important lesson learned. I have referenced time management and honestly probably almost every Vlogmas video that has dropped. I severely underestimated how much time it takes to edit, record, and post all in one day. My initial strategy for Vlogmas was to have certain topics that I wanted to talk about and certain activities planned, and I had them all lined up, color-coded in my Google Calendar, and day 1 hit, and things did not go according to plan. Before starting Vlogmas, I had the assumption that I was going to have a perfect execution of recording and editing and posting on time at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every single day. Having that assumption was like being a person who has rode a bike a few times pretty well and then assuming they can go to Tour de France, especially when people that are the OG YouTubers, people that have been vlogging for years on YouTube, still say Vlogmas is the hardest part of their channel every year. So I don't know why I thought that I could do this so effortlessly when I haven't even been consistent in a really long time. The first day of Vlogmas was posted at 11:45 p.m. with 15 minutes to spare. Due to this underestimation of the time and effort put into quality pieces of content that I wanted to publish, a lot of my normal life schedule things were put on the back burner. Like I wasn't going to the gym every day. I wasn't eating on my consistent schedule. I wasn't taking Zeus out on his walks on his consistent schedule. It was scattered throughout the day where I could find the time. So a lot of things were prioritized and deprioritized. And in turn, this affected my overall time management. Hence why I am recording this video on the plane. I had to pack for 2 destinations. I'm going to Arizona and then to see my family for the holidays. And I did not manage my time appropriately with Vlogmas ahead and with all of the tasks that needed to be completed before going on this flight. But I am still dedicated to building our community, which is why we're here, still recording on this flight. Number 2, time prioritization. I just could not do every single task at 100% effort during Vlogmas. It was not possible. My goal for one of the Vlogmas days was to record 2 videos in one day, have both of those videos edited in that day, have one of those videos posted that same day, and have another video scheduled for the next day. I don't know why I thought I could get all of that done in a matter of 16 hours. With this goal in mind, my goal was completion and not quality. Thus, that made me give about 60% effort towards all 4 of those tasks because I was like, I need to cross this off my to-do list. In turn, I received subpar results. In one of those videos, there was a few typos. In the other video, my friend's address was displayed after both of these videos have already been published. I then had to re-upload both of those videos 4 different times because I was realizing error after error after error. And it's not like it was coming from a place of perfectionism. It was coming from a place, this is not the standard I hold for myself on Teely Approved. I made desultory attempts with editing and recording because I was more concerned about getting it done rather than the quality of the content, especially with the vision that I have for our community on this channel. And especially because this is an industry where quality does matter. The lesson learned here is consciously I need to start making trade-offs of what things deserve 100% of my energy and what things deserve 20%. This way, at least I know when I'm doing something that I'm giving 100% of my energy on, I know that there's a complete return of investment of my time and effort put towards that. Versus if I give all those tasks 60% or 50% of my energy, I'm going to be receiving subpar results, and that is not the vision that we have for this channel. It's so important to know that where you're putting your time and your effort, am I getting an ROI on my time? I am more confident, more satisfied with my results, knowing that if at least I know that I put in 100% effort into at least 2 out of the 5 tasks rather than 60% out of the 5 tasks, I know that I'm getting a full return on my investment of my time, effort, and energy on those 2 tasks. Even if the other 3 tasks of those 5 were given 20%, I know I'm getting the full benefits of the 2 I put my 100 in, rather than walking out of a situation and being like, okay, well, I only put 60% energy out of everything. No. That's not going to cut it here. Lesson number 3, strategic clarity. I put out so many different types of videos during this vlogmas, whether it was a day in the life, to routines, to talking directly to the camera just like this, to Q&A, to voiceovers. As I released this content, I learned which types of content I actually really enjoy doing and which pieces of content I actually don't like doing. This was an opportunity for me to try out all different types of formats without any type of immediate repercussion to my channel. This was more so like being in a science lab, right? I have all these ingredients, all these materials. This is an opportunity for me to try and test out, see what works for me, see what doesn't work for me, see what you like, see what you don't like. This now gave me 15 different videos to have data on and do an analysis on, rather than just going off of what I anticipate people might appreciate seeing from me. Lesson learned here is that try everything. Try everything. I also learned now which type of content I enjoy producing the most, and you guessed it, it's self-improvement. And speaking on the topic of self-improvement, that is lesson number 4. Watching a few of the first vlogs back, I learned that I want to be more aligned with my higher self. I mentioned in day 9 vlogmas that I didn't like the way that my lips and my lip gloss were looking on camera. I want to participate in speech classes. I want to better learn how to articulate my ideas in a quicker pace. Not that I couldn't do it before, but I know that this is an area of growth for me, especially because I'm coming from a STEM background, right? The way that I communicate now is more so based out of qualitative data and not quantitative data. And I know that I'm much more strong suited in the area to speak to quantitative data reports and analysis. That is my strong suit, and I really like doing it. So this is a shift in gears for me, but I'm really excited to learn to speak better to the camera and to you. I also learned that I need to get a better camera, so I purchased the DJI Osmo Pocket. And one thing about me, I do not play about an investment. If it is anything I'm putting any time and money towards, this is something that is going to give me a direct return on that investment in the near future. So to summarize, was makeup classes, speech classes, and upgrading my camera equipment. These are all going to have direct effects on the channel. If you compare week 1's vlogs to week 2 vlogs, I personally can notice a difference in the effort and the quality of content that was produced. So it's only going to get better from here. Can promise you that. So the lesson learned here was there's always a direct payout when you invest in yourself. Okay, lesson number 5. Mindset shift. When I started creating content a few years ago, this was at the same time that I was working full-time in big tech. Because of that, I was treating content creation like a hobby, something I love to do for fun. And it is something I really enjoy doing and I love doing and I'm really passionate about. Fast forward now to 2025, I thought I could have the same strategy of picking up the camera, editing, and posting when I felt like and expecting the same results. Wrong. By day 8, I was absolutely exhausted. I was exhausted with the current systems that I had in place. I knew with whatever I was doing for the past 7 days was not going to work for the next 7 days. When I started Vlogmas, my initial goal was to pick up the camera and do something that I love to do. And I also learned that enthusiasm alone was not going to get me to the finish line strong. If this is a platform and a community that I envision growing and seeing a place where we can cultivate a place of self-improvement and a place where we can design our life with intention, I have to treat it as something that is susceptible to growth. This cannot be just a plant or a garden that I can water anytime I feel is convenient, and I have to put the intention towards growing and building this community. I knew that things needed to change if I wanted to see this through to the completion and also not feel absolutely drained and exhausted by the end. What can I do to work smarter? Now I have 7 days worth of data. I can research what be done correctly, use my platform specific insights, and do a full, complete data analysis of what are people gravitating towards in these 7 days. And as you saw on my self-investment day, I was getting my nails done in Vlogmas Day 9. As I was getting my nails done, I was watching YouTube growth strategies. I spent time to learn to pivot, to research, and to apply new recording and editing tactics. Even in the thick of it, there is always room for growth. I was learning as I was riding this bike, as we're watering this plant, as we're watering this garden and this community. And what surprised me the most is that it got easier by the day. Day 8 was like peak exhaustion, peak difficulty. And then it got easier. It was kind of like building the muscle of learning how to ride that bike again. We may not be at Tour de France, but we're getting a little bit faster. We're getting on the bike faster. We're pedaling a little bit faster. Essentially, lesson learned here was that you cannot treat a hobby like a hobby and then expect professional results. It just doesn't work like that. And I learned to give myself permission to adapt and pivot with what works and what doesn't work. And last but not least, I need to be around other content creators. I need to have a community of people that are working towards the same goal. This way, I'm not continuously learning things the hard way. I spent 14 to 17 days learning, right? I've consumed content via YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, learning how to edit, how to record, how to speak better, do makeup better, all of these things, right? Also learning all of the lessons I just talked about the hard way because I'm learning them as I'm going through this Vlogmas series. Imagine you're in a group of 3 people. All 3 of you are working towards the same goal. If you learn a lesson and you make a mistake, you can tell now persons 2 and 3, hey, I learned this lesson along the way, make sure you don't make this mistake. You guys are all like, okay, cool. Then you move on to person number 2. They make a mistake. And they're like, hey, you and person number 3, don't make this mistake. I just learned this. This way you're learning your mistakes much faster and also not at the expense of your own time, effort, or energy or money or whatever you are expensing at the time. It's not at your own expense. It is now at the group's expense because you not only do you all have the same goal, but it is you're accelerating the learning input that you have for that goal. You will no longer be learning things the hard way and solo. Obviously, that is the purpose of a community, and I feel like it's much easier said than done. But when we are in this lane of building content and learning to apply certain tactics in life, a lot of things you just cannot do alone. It would be nice to have some type of accountability partner or someone you know who's also doing Vlogmas with you. With all of these lessons being learned within Vlogmas, the one question I leave with is, where do we find the balance between consistency and quality? Within this series, there is a way to find balance. I'm still working on this balance, hence me recording this video on the plane. I was deciding whether to wait until I got to my destination to record, because then I can do my makeup, do my hair, and that would have great quality. But then I would forego the consistency that I had on my channel, and I didn't want to be editing content while on vacation. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done on this plane and be consistent and stick to my word. We're here now. The vlog is complete. And I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for tuning along to Teely Approved. Again, this is a channel we are learning to design our lives with intention. I hope that all of these lessons from Vlogmas are things that you can take away, whether you apply this to your hobby, your career, your personal life. I think all lessons can be applicable in many different areas. I would love to know which lesson resonated the most with you. Let us know in the comments. And thank you so much for tuning along to Teely Approved and Vlogmas 2025. I can't wait to see you in the new year.